But yeah, man, you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sam, man. Everybody listening in to the podcast right now, I want to encourage you to go ahead and hit the like button.
Yes.
Leave a comment as well, and please share this video. That definitely helps the message get out. Be going all the way again. What's going on with Rick Ross over there? Is he still drinking that double cup or what?
Oh,
man?
shit. Well, you started it off. We painting this picture. Well, we all know Rick Ross was in a situation where his health was at risk this weekend. He was supposed to do a show at BB King's in New York, had to get that delayed a little bit over an hour and a half because it was reported that he had seizures as well as trouble breathing. Now, we all know the brother was hospitalized a couple of months. Apparently, or reportedly, he was on life support. Shit looked real grim for Rick Ross. I know personally, you and I didn't think he was going to make it out of that.
No.
And meaning a couple of days later, he was good to go. Now we see a couple months later, he's back in the hospital, not back in the hospital, but back in a situation where his health is costing him money and costing him time. What do we think about Rick Ross? Now, you joked about it around the double cup. We see the double cup in his hand after his health scare a couple months back. We don't know what was in it, so we can only speculate that it was lean, because we all know historically the double cup usually represents the lean. But what do you think about the situation? Is this a situation where drugs are influenced, or is his health in risk? Does it even matter? What's going on with Rick Ross, man?
I mean, well, Rick, though, I mean, he did admit in the past that he definitely used to get his little scissor thing on. But then again, in more recent interviews, he talks about, how he was doing more of the fruit thing. As we see him working out, he had actually the day before, he had the whole life support alleged situation, which his team denies to this day. He was seen doing like 150 something push-ups. You know what I mean? So it kind of seems like, then you had another, I'm gonna put it all on the table to get everybody a clear perspective. We had other reports come out saying that he got liposuction and he was just in the hospital. I don't know how true it is, but this is just, some of the things that were swirling out there. But
you seen Rick Ross do 150 push-ups?
I heard about a video.
Hey, that motherfucker didn't do 100.
Oh, 50. Maybe it could have been 50. Wait, I got him. I don't know. Try to look for it real quick. Maybe you can find it.
I'll look that up as we talk. Get the fuck. I want to see Rick Ross's ass doing 150 push-ups. That shit ain't trending worldwide. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Right. I swear, I seen it. I could be wrong, but if you find that, it'd be dope. But it's just like, you got it.
No, I'm on it. I mean, hell no, I ain't got it.
I wanted to say, all right, that was quick as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, Rick Ross did say that he was trying to, that he did have health issues in the past. And there's no secret, just like Wheezy, Lil Wayne, that, he had a history, of seizures, epilepsy, I think it's like the official thing. And I know people, who got to take medication, they have different seizures. So, it's not outside of the realm of possibility, but you do have, with these certain drugs, and mainly like the Xanaxes and stuff like that, a lot of people are known, to have, seizures. Not to say that he's on anything like that, but it's one or the other. It's either bad health, drugs, or combination of both. But Rick Ross did say, I remember him saying that he put the lean down. He's not messing with it. He's on a healthy lifestyle. So I'm not trying to slander the man, But when we see the double cup, it just, the way the culture the way it looks like, it could be fucking lemonade in there. He could just be showing it with the double M on there. This is for promotion.
Right.
Who knows? I want to believe that. But traditionally, when we see it, it disappears like, that brothers are sipping lean in that joint. That's what disappeared. What you think about Rick, man? Honestly, what's your opinion on Rick?
I think he's, and without slandering the dude, because I love his music and I think it's dope. He did one push-up, two push-ups. Push 5, 6, 7. We're gonna see 8, 9, 10. That motherfucker ain't he did about 9.38.
Clickbaited you,
but he did them.
What channel? Don't even say the channel.
Nah, we ain't gonna get him. He did about 10. Okay. We ain't even gonna get what the figure is, but this is whatever on that case. But to just talk about Rick Ross, whether it is drugs or whether it's something going on, he needs to change something up because it's real. And he's canceling shows. He's not really talking about it. He's not on the forefront about it. He's throwing it under the rug like Officer Ricky. No pun intended, but he ain't really addressing that health situation. And it's scary because you don't want to see such a talent like Rick Ross go under. And we have to talk about rest in peace, Rick Ross, and have throwing the Rick Ross shirts forever and all that shit because of something that could have been changed. Whether that been the cup or whether that been your diet or whatever the case may be, change it up, bro, so we can see you around for a long time, making good music and making great business decisions because you're a great businessman. You obviously, your money is long and it can get longer. Keep doing your thing out here, man.
Let me ask you a question off the record real quick.
Nah, sure.
Rick Ross, because this brought up, I was actually listening yesterday to my little, what's that little apparatus that we have when you talk Siri or some shit? Not Siri, but Alexa.
Okay.
And I was listening to Biggie, and it made me sit back then when you listen to Rick Ross, they kind of, you know, and I just want you to compare, you know, would you say at this point, Rick Ross, would you say that one, is he the next Biggie, and or is he better than Biggie at this point in his career?
Fuck no.
Okay.
No way.
Rick, I mean,
dude.
Okay.
He ain't make the impact. Biggie's died when he was what, 25?
Young man, yeah, about 25, I think.
Did 3 albums. One he wasn't even alive for when it dropped, Born Again. He had the double album, Life After Death, was classic. Ready to Die was classic. I mean, you could talk about the vibration of music. He was talking about some very negative shit. He was ruthless, but he talked about his environment. He was a great storyteller. I think Biggie, if now he'd probably be writing horror flicks or something, because his mind was so crazy that it would evolve out of rap. Like, and that would be so dope to see how Biggie would have evolved, because like I said, his power in storytelling was matched by none. And that's why he's probably recognized as one of the greatest to ever done it, at least in the top 3, because of the way he told the story. He told it better than anybody else. Niggas bleed just like us. Picture me being scared of a nigga that breathed the same air as me.
Yeah.
Like his bars were just disgusting. Yeah. Rick Ross has bars, but Rick Ross, it's just something about him that'll always kind of keep it about LeBron and Jordan. Huh?
Niggas the police shit.
It has something to do with it.
Yeah, because it's almost like, well, Rick, I love him to death as a businessman, and even, you know, him rapping, but it almost seems like he's acting.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. But like, you know what I mean? It does. And I actually seemed like somebody impersonating him one time. It was just like, you know what I mean? Damn, not to say, you know, I understand, you know, with the whole CO thing, you got to do what you got to do for your family. Not to say that I would have been a CO, but he had to do what he had to do for his family. Now, that thing has been hanging over his head, even, you know, to this day, people still calling him Officer Ricky.
I think it's because, my bad to cut you off, but I think it's because of his response. Now, I don't know if you remember, his response was basically that he was working with Inside with the homies, and he was supposed to be in there. He was put there to basically trap and do what he do. And Freeway Rick Ross said, you can't even be a correctional officer without your shit being squeaky clean. We all know the criteria it takes to get into law enforcement in general. You got to be clean, man. You can't even have a marijuana charge. You can't even hold a joint in order to get in there. So I think if Rick Ross was just like, look, man, I was in a situation where the money was good. I was a good athlete. I had to do it. And then I woke up and saw the shit that was going on and said, this shit ain't for me. I think the shit would have been looked at a little different. But because, like you said, he always seemed to act and always seemed to be some kind of Hollywood behind Rick Ross. And the authenticity was never there, that people really couldn't connect to him in a way that he really could, because there's no mistaking his music is phenomenal, and he's writing his shit. He wrote for millions and millions of artists. His pen is nasty, but he'll always be looked at different because of his authenticity, like you said.
Right. And he kind of lied about it too, that he was a CO at first too. That's all. I want to get it. People know about that.
It was a million. It was never the same response when addressed with the situation. And it's same hand to hand with his health. It's never the same situation. That's why people have to look at it within the third eye, because it's like, yo, you're not giving us a straight answer. Rick, what's really going on?
Yeah, definitely. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with Brother Oh God and Sam, man. We going all the way in today. Everybody watching right now, go ahead and hit that like button. Make you share this video. We want your comment, you know, on the content that we're doing today. Now, your boy